We got that finished up finally.
It
And
looks
it
beautiful.
does. It looks like
Yes.
we're going to the beach.
Yes,
But
I love it.
Hopefully that'll stand up against the time. You know, we've been here, doing 7 years?
7 years,
And we want it to last another 7 years.
I think that thing will be here long after
It'll
we're
be
gone.
here
Yeah.
way much longer than that. But most excitingly, you know, we're glad that you chose to join us and worship with us this morning.
Yes.
You guys here in the building as well as at home. And we are in our series of James.
Yes, week
this
4.
Is week 4, yes, week
Yeah.
4. And I believe that we're speaking on words and how impactful they are.
Yeah, words can bring life or death. And so we're going to talk about what that means and what does that look like in our lives and our relationships. And really, how does it affect our health? So I'm excited to really look at that and dig in. But I'm more excited about worship.
You are?
Yeah.
I am excited about worship because I get to play with my buddy David again today
I
on
know.
the drums. He is such a phenomenal guy, and it's been a really good time practicing with him.
Yeah.
And really, it's going to be a great experience here today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But most importantly, we are expecting the Holy Spirit to show up, and we do want to honor God. And again, we're just so thrilled that you're able to be here with us this morning. Thanks again.
Yeah. We can't wait to worship with you. So the countdown is going to start. Be ready with your hot chocolate. That's what I drink on a Sunday morning. Hot
We have
chocolate.
coffee here.
We do have coffee here. So if you're in the building
What?
and you want some coffee, now's your moment to go and get some. Yeah, people are coming in with it. And so get your drink, get yourself situated, and we're going to start the countdown now.
Good morning, Hydrant Church. Good. I can hear some of you guys are awake this morning. Let's stand and let's worship. Let's give him our praise.
With
For some of us, this is a desperate plea for the Lord to meet us in the midst of our darkness, in the midst of our fear. Can you hear me? It's in the midst of those places that we are desperate for the Lord to meet us. But we forget that He's already here. He's already with us. We just have to see and speak to Him. If you're finding yourself in that place right now, this is your moment. Acknowledge that He is with you. Spend a moment just talking to your Father who wants to be with you. Quit ignoring His presence here with you right now and in your life. If you want this place, this altar is available to you to meet with Him in a different way, to kneel and surrender to Him. If you're at home, your couch, your chair, your car, wherever it is that you can find just you and God, make your way there now, and let's go before our Father who is with us. God, we need you. So many of us feel like we're not enough, even with you here. But Lord, you have spoken, you have said that you will fulfill us, you will sustain us, you will give us everything we need. Many of us are facing things that seem impossible. They seem like they will never get better. They seem like it is the end. They seem like it's not worth fighting for anymore. God, will you give us your strength? Will you give us your hope and your peace that surpasses all understanding? God, because we are not enough unless you are with us. So help us to recognize you in our lives. Help us to see you here with us. May it be a gentle touch, a steady reminder. God, may it be your words that constantly fill our heads and our hearts. May it be a person who comes alongside us in your name. God, will you remind us that you are with us in those dark times? Lord, we love you and we are grateful for you. Will you continue to move in our lives? It's in your holy and precious name. Amen.
Good morning. We're going to try this one more time. They've given me a second chance. Quick announcements this morning. I am holding it up. Thank you. Quick announcements this morning. Thank you for your response on the reoccurring giving. For those of you who have stepped up and done that, we've seen it and we appreciate it. And for any of you that may be kind of apprehensive about the process, Zoe will be out at the kiosk this morning after church to help people set up for it. It's really such an easy way for us to double our online giving, even if it's a small percentage. So please, if that's something you can do, Zoe will be out there to help you. Also, November 21st, the chili cook-off. I know you were waiting for me to talk about that. I heard people this morning in the cafe before I came in here that were strategizing, that were like putting out these flares of like, hey, I've got a secret element and I'm not able to tell you right now, but get ready for it. So I won't say anything about who that is, Steve Boudreau, and but we'll all be ready for him. So, but all I can say is thanks for the way we're responding. I think it's great that even though we're getting bigger each week, that as we respond to this stuff, these announcements, it lets us know that somebody's listening. So thank you all very much, and thank you at home as well.
actually. Welcome. My name is Liz, and I'm the lead pastor here at Hydrant. We're so glad that you chose to worship with us this morning, both in person and online. We are grateful for the opportunity to do that with you, and it has been fun. It has been so fun seeing our room fill up every week and to hear from people online who are being impacted by God's word, because it's his word and not mine. He is the center of it all, and so we're excited about it. We have been working through the book of James. This is week 4, and now I know I said we were only going to do it in 4 weeks, but then I realized there's one more important lesson God has for us, so we're going to do it in 5, okay? Just 5. But, hopefully the fun challenges make it worth it. We'll see some people eat some weird things next week. Get ready for a call to volunteer. All right. But James, we've been discussing this book and how it is a survival guide, a guide to our long walk of obedience in our faith. And James is this man who we've learned is the half-brother of Jesus. And his name actually was not James, it was Jacob. And he is this wise uncle figure. And I got to tell you, I did a little shout out to my uncles, and then my uncle texted me. He's like, "Oh, big hugs." I was like, "Yeah, big Christmas presents." So hopefully it works out for all of us to praise our uncles. Just kidding. I'm not all about presents, you guys. Our family really likes to joke. But these wise uncles, we've all had them, right? We all have these wise uncles, or these people that we consider our uncles, who have given us guidance and reassurance in our lives. I'm sorry, I'm struggling with allergies. I know it's the best thing ever, isn't it? I'm struggling with allergies this morning really bad, you guys, so I apologize. Sam's Club, it's wonderful, just telling you. Thank you so much. All right, so wise uncle who has given us this letter. Now, it is different from the letter of Paul, which was a reprimand. This is a letter of encouragement and reminder, this gentle reminder about God and who he is and what Jesus came to teach us. And so through this wise uncle, we have learned about favoritism and love. We've learned about division and the division that favoritism has caused. We have learned about this enemy that loves our constant fighting. He loves it. He loves that we fight about everything. And we have been reminded to love our neighbor and commit to no longer sucking as Christians, because Christians suck at loving. It's just really that plain. And so we have committed together to be different and to love those around us. And really, honestly, I feel like Hydrant does this really well. I really do. I was in the community this week. I got my hair done and got something, was out doing some shopping and stuff. And the reputation that we have for loving others is so strong. And I'm so proud to drive around with the Hydrant Loves Goldsboro sticker, because I know we truly, truly mean it. And so it is really awesome to see that we come through in that we are changing the perspective of Christians. And we want to continue to do that. So this week, we are going to dig in a little further, and we're going to look at words. Because if we commit to loving our neighbor, part of how we do that was action, right? But it's also words. Because words can bring life, or they can bring death. James 3:5 says, "In the same way, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches, but a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire." So I wanted our challenge this morning to see who could light a fire the fastest, but I didn't think that our insurance or our board would really like that, so I decided not to. But we are going to see who can survive in a different way. And this is actually an all-church challenge, so everybody is welcome. Online, make sure you text in or write in, and you can do that. But we're going to see if you can forage for food in the wilderness. Anybody ever done any foraging for food in the wilderness? Ooh, a couple people. Okay, a couple people. Military people, is that a mandated thing? Is that, yeah? All right, so foraging for food in the wilderness, we're going to see if you'll die or if you'll make it, okay? So some of you are looking at me like I'm crazy right now. Okay, all right, let's throw that first picture up there. All right, this is a hedgehog mushroom. How many of you think it is edible? Scott said, I don't like mushrooms, so I'm not eating it. Nobody thinks this is edible. Kelsey, you're right. It is edible. It is. Dang, we're gonna die. All right, wild strawberries. Let's throw the next one up there. Wild strawberries. Are they edible? No. You're saying no. Anybody say yes? Oh, a couple people are saying yes. It's just, God is going to die just because he won't eat anything. He's the pickiest man alive. All right, wild strawberries are edible. They are. However, there is a woodland strawberry that looks exactly like it that is highly poisonous. So you got to choose very, very carefully. And to be honest with you, I didn't put a picture up because I feel like it looks exactly the same. I have no idea what the difference was. All right, next one. You seeds. Anybody? Is it edible? Raise your hand. Some people say yes. Some people say yes. No? No?